What is up, Lock Talk family? It's your boy Jason, and I'm here for another video on YouTube. But hey man, if you've been following me in my last few videos, we've been absolutely cashing. Yankees, Orioles, all cash. Just take a look at my last MLB videos. I'm literally 6-0 on YouTube. You've been enjoying the content. You want me to keep on coming up here and dropping these gems. Hit that subscribe button, like the video. A majority of you that are watching this are not subscribers, so stop being a ghost watcher and join the family, man. But if you've been watching me on Instagram, watching me post my record and all that, and you want to join premium, I got you with a free way to join premium. All you gotta do, go to the pinned comment or description, hit one of those links, join up on one of the partner apps, and we'll get you a free week in premium, man. Today, no baseball video. We're gonna talk about, people have been asking me to get back on NBA, but I can't, man. The games don't start until today. We're back. Dallas Mavericks against the Boston Celtics. It's the NBA Finals, and I'll say this, I did not expect these two teams to be in the NBA Finals, man. At least the Celtics, I thought they definitely had the best chance, but the Mavericks, I did not expect it. I honestly had, my sleeper pick was the Thunder, and I honestly thought the Nuggets would get back in again. That's the truth. But hey, we're here. The Dallas Mavericks did their thing, man. They did exactly what they had to do to get all the way to the finals, man. Luka, Kyrie. I've said in other videos about this team, PJ Washington, Derek Lively, Gafford, Derek Jones. Their newfound chemistry and defense has definitely, in my opinion, got them where they're at today. And also, before I keep on going, hopefully you like this new format. I'm going to try to add some more stuff to this. It's my first time using this platform to make these videos. But again, let's get it going, guys. Let's talk about the next game. Let's do it. So let's take a look. So first of all, let's take a look at what the public's been doing. Public's all over the Celtics money line. But when it comes to that spread, man, Dallas Mavericks, all the money's on the spread for the Dallas Mavericks. And everyone, surprisingly, is actually on the over. But it's a little interesting. Well, I'm filming this actually on Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. The lines have been out for a good while, so the lines have been moving all the time. But let's go straight. We're not gonna do money line. We're gonna do spreads. And if you guys been watching all my old videos, I've said it multiple times. The Dallas Mavericks, even in the regular season, were the most profitable team at the spread on the road, and that's just because they would just get too many points. Honestly, they're a good team, and they'll get maybe like 5, 3, 4 points. They could win outright too. But in the playoffs, man, the Dallas Mavericks have been a perfect. Let's see. They have been 70% at the spread. They've been absolutely killing it. Look, their last 5 games, they're 4-1. They only didn't cover one game when they lost to Minnesota, Boston Celtics. So not been covering the spread that well, but it's because they get big spreads, man. And funny enough, if you look at the spread, 6.5 is not too far off from one of their games against Indiana, 7.5, 7. So the question really is this too many points for the Dallas Mavericks? And I've said it before, man. I think Boston, they're kind of like Dallas. Their home court advantage. I mean, maybe not recently, but at least like Boston through the regular season, they're always overvalued at home, in my opinion. I don't think they really deserve like 3 points to be at home. Maybe it's 2. I don't really have it this high. 2 for me. This line really should be at 5.5, 6 in my opinion. But you know, 6.5 is like really getting there. 7 points. It's a key number, man. We're behind that key number of 7 where teams usually give up. So playoffs are a little bit different, but this number is interesting, man. I mean, like I said before, I mean, the Dallas Mavericks are the #1 road team when it comes to covering that number. And 6.5's a lot, man. I mean, Dallas is live to win this game, to be honest. I mean, I'm not like sitting here saying that like, you know, for sure that Dallas is going to beat Boston or vice versa. I'll say this, though. Boston, though, they're a much different animal than the Timberwolves, in my opinion. First of all, Porzingis will be back. We'll see if he's 100%. If he's not 100%, I still think they will still do very well. They do need him. Like, they need that defensive presence or someone big to get rebounds and just have a bigger body. He's not really like a traditional center where he's like bodying people up, grabbing rebounds. He sits on the outside a lot. So, you know, against a guy like Gafford and Lively, it will be interesting to see how he plays because he will draw guys out. He shoots threes. I mean, but it's a little bit different than the Minnesota Timberwolves where, you know, Rudy Gobert, he's not really like a big offensive threat like Porzingis is. And I say that very lightly because Porzingis is, I mean, I'm from New York. He's the dude soft, man. But you remember this, he did play with the Dallas Mavericks. He did not like playing with Luka. So maybe there's some animosity. Maybe he has something to prove. These are little things that like the numbers can't capture, but just a little backstory to maybe the situation. There's some other backstory obviously on the Boston Celtics side too, or on the Dallas side with Kyrie. He used to play at Boston. He thought he was gonna be the franchise player, and obviously now he found his franchise. I guess with Luka and the Dallas Mavericks. So taking a look at Boston on the season though, they've been the top team everywhere, man. When it comes to defense, they're really good everywhere. The only place they're maybe not that great is the mid-range. Dallas on the season, they were really good at attacking the rim and shooting a lot of threes. But defensively, Boston, their weak point was the three-point range, but offensively for Boston, they shot a lot of threes, were very effective. And honestly, among Dallas's weaknesses, it was probably the three-point line. They allowed a lot of people to attack the rim, and if you do that against the Boston Celtics, it's honestly not that bad, man. In the regular season, the Boston Celtics did not attack the rim that much. They were one of the lowest in terms of shot distribution on the regular season at attacking the rim. They just shot a lot of threes. And I think that honestly might be a problem, man, because, even though the Dallas Mavericks, they were not like the best rim protectors, they covered the mid-range and the three better than everywhere else. So their weakest point was defending the rim. And it seems like Boston Celtics, at least on the season, did not do that often. Were they effective when they did, though? Yes. So we'll see how they end up doing, man. Obviously, like Boston, the one thing I do hate about them is like Tatum, Derek White, Jaylen Brown. They love shooting threes. But we'll see how they end up, doing in this game, though. But I do think if they want to find success, let me fix my camera real quick. If they want to find success, they're going to have to attack the three for sure. But let's go over to the Dallas side, though. How about them? What have they really stepped up? It's really their defense, their offense. I think everything, all quarters for them has done really, really good. But the main thing is Boston's defense. Like, where do they have a weak point? And their weak point is the mid-range. And they do allow a little bit of threes, but on the season, man, they have an excellent defense, man. Like, people forget Derek White had the most blocks as a guard in the league. You also have Drew Holiday. He can clamp down. Maybe he can't clamp down, but he can defend Luka or Kyrie. I think White can do some damage, maybe a little bit here and there. But they do have a pretty defensive team. Of course, I think the main argument has been, the Pacers weren't that good. They got lucky to get even into the Eastern Conference Finals, and they almost beat the Celtics multiple times. And yeah, I get that, man. I'm with you. Like, the eye test would tell you based off like how the performance did in the playoffs. Like, Dallas is like a beast team. They went against the Timberwolves and basically embarrassed them. From beginning to start. And the Pacers almost beat them multiple times, man. Like, I'll be honest, the Celtics got kind of lucky to come back every single game. But with that all being said, Dallas Mavericks, they are really good. They also take a lot of threes. They don't attack the rim either too much, but that's okay because Boston Celtics are one of the best rim protecting teams in the NBA, and they allow people to shoot threes. Dallas likes to shoot the three, and they've been pretty effective there. Mid-range, it's kind of like in the middle of their shot distribution. So I actually think offensively, it's a good matchup for the Dallas Mavericks. But with that being said, in terms of like the head-to-head and the matchups, let's take a look. So far, in at least this past year, the results were, the Dallas Mavericks got their ass blown out by the Boston Celtics. Let's take a look at 110-138. And also, on the other side, they lost 119-110. But you have to also remember, this was a different Dallas team back in March. And the same thing with the Boston Celtics, man. They're a little bit different. Porzingis, I don't know if he was hurt or not. Even the beginning of the year, man, it was a different team. So where do I want to go with this game, man? I'll be honest, man, it's tough. I'm not really sure. I'm not like 100%, dude. Like, we take a look at the line movement. Public is on the Dallas Mavericks spread. It's pretty widely known that the Dallas Mavericks now are, one of the best covering teams on the road, especially during these playoffs. But, the Boston Celtics, the line, let's see, it opened up at 6.5, or let's see, opened up at 6.5, went to 6, and then dropped back down. So, I think the line's fair. I have the line really at 6 flat or 5.5. Maybe because I would do it. Trust me, like I really want to be contrarian and take, you know, the Boston Celtics. I do think the Boston Celtics, like everywhere, can be competitive with the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, the thing is, it's like the X factor for me is really Gafford and Lively. Like we already know what Luka's gonna do. We already know what Kyrie's gonna do. We know what Tatum and Brown are gonna do. But you know, with Porzingis coming back, I don't know how effective he's gonna be. And if he's not effective, and for some reason his injury flares up again, and they have to roll with Horford, I think that's gonna be a problem. That's an X factor I think people are not considering. Is Porzingis really 100%? Can he play? And you know, automatically incorporating him like he's at full strength, and he's gonna have a full impact, could be, I think, a problem. You know, with that being said, I don't know, man. I feel like I hate doing this, and I hate rolling with the public, but I feel like I gotta take the 6.5 points. If it gets to 7, I will definitely hit that. I mean, 7 will be a key number that I would love to hit, but I think 6.5 is too many points. I think it should be 6, 5.5. So I think there's some slight value with taking Dallas. Would I be surprised by the slightest if Boston blows them out or crushes them? Absolutely not, man. I think Boston Celtics, you know, this is gonna be a big game for them. They're playing at home, which I don't think has been a big advantage, but nonetheless, I mean, let's see how many games of rest did they have. Let's see, third game in 4 days. I mean, Boston Celtics actually have done fairly good in that span. I mean, but also the Dallas Mavericks have as well. Yeah, man. I mean, for the game pick for the video, I'm gonna have to roll with the Dallas Mavericks, man. I think the Dallas Mavericks can get the job done. I think they can cover the spread, but even to a larger extent, I also think they can even just win the game outright. I wouldn't put it past the team that, you know, they can't win the game. We take a look also at the first half. Dallas Mavericks also a pretty good first half covering team. I also think maybe a first half could be okay. +4.5, +3. It really depends what book you have. Like, they're really playing games with this. I mean, I think +4.5, you know, more than a bucket is also not a bad look either. I think Luka is just, I really think, like, off the eye test, like Luka, Kyrie, and this newfound defense with Lively, Gafford, and Derrick Jones, like this new spark, is going to be a factor that Celtics didn't see throughout the regular season. I think it's going to give them problems. I don't think Porzingis is 100%. And like I said, just with kind of like, you know, I think with kind of the matchup, I think the Dallas Mavericks is going to, you know, shoot threes, and it's going to be a shootout. We'll see. You know, that's the reason why I don't want to play this over-under. I could definitely see a scenario where these guys are shooting lights off from three from both sides, and we go sail over this over. But I also can see it's the playoffs. They play really tight defense. The Boston Celtics try to slow the pace, even though I think it's going to be a fast-paced game because we did see that with the Celtics and the Pacers. So everyone's on the over. It gets me a little scared. And then, like, let's see. Let's take a look. I actually want to take a look and see where the line movement's been at. But let's see. The line opened up at 214. It's been staying there, and all the money's on there. So I'll be honest, like, I would probably lean the under just based on the money movement. But yeah, like, all the stats say, like, I mean, it's going to be based on how they shoot the three ball. And, you know, it's going to be tough to say. I'm not really sure how it's going to be game one. These guys could come out a little cold and maybe not shoot the three as well as they were maybe in future games. So I would stay away from the total, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion. But if I had to, for the game pick, man, give me the Dallas Mavericks +6.5 on the road. Best road covering team in the NBA. And I think they have a matchup where they can definitely be competitive and possibly win the game. But all right, guys, if this has been helpful, man, thank you so much. Shoot me a comment if you are tailing or you have anything you want to say. Of course, remember this. If you comment down below, you always have a free chance to win a free daily card. Shoot me a DM if you're a winner. And of course, man, I'll talk to y'all soon.